All right. 3-day weekend. Is there a holiday this weekend? I actually have Monday off of work, so that should be kind of nice.
I have Monday off because it's Monday.
Yeah. Are there any plans to look at instance drops for T2 favored drops? I have run some T2 instances and basically haven't gotten the stuff you're looking for. Potentially, although it's not currently on our agenda. If we need to make some adjustments on the drop rate in Tier 2 versus, say, Tier 3 or something like that, that's something we will do carefully. But so it's possible it could happen, but it's not currently on our agenda. The bag cleaning is real, I know, right? No, Sinanja. Cord in a kilt, will not be using that as a screenshot. Yes. I mean, I recognize me in a kilt is not necessarily the best image in the world, but I'm doing this for the kids. I'm doing this because people want me to, and I was like, all right, I have no shame. I can handle this. I can handle this. So there we go. Yeah.
Besides, it's gonna be an awesome kilt. You know, I'm gonna make
I'm
it
sure it will be.
so...
I am not a kilt wearer, but we shall see. How was it in the office when the legendary server opened up? It was exciting. It was jam-packed full of action. It was like Lethal Weapon in terms of the action level in the office. And then we cheered. And then we got back to work because we had a lot of work we had to do. So, but it was a really exciting day for us as well. And it was really cool to see its success. You know, people show up and get together with friends and family and all that sort of thing. And we had a really good time ourselves with it. So,
I got to give a special shout out to Gussie Moose, who is the one who was on duty and streaming when the kilt goal was achieved.
Nice. You cannot transfer your wardrobe and wallet between the legendary servers and live. Will there be any work on improving client downloads? So, yes. Like I said, on the one front, we're going to be having, in the hopefully frequent chance that happens, but realistically rare chance we ever see it again, the queuing tech, so that we can get that taken care of. We also are working to upload a more updated version of the game client as sort of the default game download, so that should reduce re-downloading time as well, repair time. Technically, for the folks who are techie enough to do it, there are some things you can do rather than have to re-download. There was a brief period of time on, I guess it would have been Wednesday evening, where there was a little bit of a breakage that took place between the download client and the patch client, things like that. So, for about half hour, if that was you and you were impacted by it, you maybe had to do a repair and a long re-download. And we apologize about that. It was a technical issue that we couldn't do anything about. There is, however, a file you can actually delete, and I would have to look it up, but one of the .x files, I actually have it on the forums and that. Check the dev tracker on the forums. You can delete from your LOTRO install a specific .datx file and then repatch, and it'll be a much, much shorter patch. See the dev tracker. Not quite sure. Ribbonwar, or Ribbonur, am I ever going to answer any hard questions? I think I kind of do, but I don't know.
some questions are still covered by NDA.
Specifically about maybe your own particular things you're unhappy with or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're specifically referencing. But yeah, I do make an effort to answer not just the easier stuff. Okay. I also want to get it right if I can. Sometimes on the, you know, what about this fundamental multi-year discussion? Give me the final answer now. No. How long will the transfer be up between the two legendary servers? That is something we are in process of discussing right now. The current thinking is something like through the end of November. Stay tuned for the final decision on that point. If you are in queue, you are in fact moving up in queue even though nothing appears to be changing. Is this correct? Yes. There was a situation due to the length or the breadth of the queue yesterday where people were actually timing out a little bit. And for those folks, you did have to reboot the LOTRO game client. But yes, queuing should be working. And you shouldn't see too much queuing today. We've only seen just the briefest of queues over on Honor today. But if theoretically that is you, yeah, you can just stay there. Please reconsider releasing the raid with T3 difficulty at release. As in you want it on release or you don't want it on release. But still some time to think about that, I think. Lariana, that is interesting. I hadn't even really thought about that kind of state of the moon until it was brought up on the live stream here. And I don't know if word got back to someone or what, but...
That moon has changed, yes. It's no longer translucent either, which I kind of really like.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess that's the main goings-on right now. We've got, we do have a VIP event boost. The one place that it's not active is on Ithilien Honor. We are not doing the... Oops. We are not doing the 100% XP boost. But the other one, the mark acquisition and crafting, is in effect. And on all the non-legendary servers, it's the full VIP XP event. We're trying to kind of not be too harsh on XP, but not have it crazy out of the gate. So I think that was the right choice. Maybe people are going to disagree. Love to. I totally would be down for hearing what your feedback is on it.
Somebody just donated to Extra Life.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Anonymous.
Uh-oh. My admin client just gave me an assert.
Oopsie.
That's what happens when you aren't running the regular live game client.
I did not break it.
No, I did.
Blame Cordova in 2018. Yeah.
This isn't the regular game client. My transparency has been... Yeah. But I am on my regular play account. Yeah, XP does seem... that was my impression, just not only watching a lot of people yesterday, but experiencing it myself, is that the XP is actually in a pretty good place, I think, on the Legendary server right now. In terms of the curve to story. Yeah. And for those who really do want to kind of jet to the end, you still can.
Yep, there are people who may already be level 50, and that's fine.
Yep.
I mean, that's one thing. It's like some folks are like, "Why are you gonna run through the content? Like, you should take your time." It doesn't matter. Play how you like. If I want to run slow as you, Jerry, that's fine. If I want to be Speedy Gonzalez, that's also fine. Whatever makes you happy, as long as you're not being rude to other people doing it.
Any more word on Bjorning changes? That is something that is in front of Palantir, I believe, at the moment. They're doing some initial work. Now, it's going to maybe be a little less comprehensive than some would like. As I've tried to be clear about, to varying degrees of success, this is not a one and done, and this is going to take a long time. And that includes with Bjorning, but we do have some fundamental changes that we're expecting to have ready in the hopefully not too distant future. And I will leave it up to Vastin and crew to actually sort of sort that out.
What can I do for you?
In the not so distant future, like MST3K?
Yes.
How can I be of service?
I'm gonna name drop just for just a second. A friend of mine is the guy who currently does Crow on the show.
Hello there.
Cool.
Yeah, he works for Henson in his spare time.
All right, so smell the roses. I definitely don't want to do that. Although it is a skill, so I guess
It's a nice skill, actually, if you want to, downgrade your riding to keep up with friends who don't have the journeyman riding trait.
Not my problem. Gonna get rid of these Ithildine coins for now. I'll probably turn them in later. Do you usually turn them in?
Yeah. I don't anymore. I mean, the only thing I really get that I liked out of those is I do kind of like having the Horn of the Dwarrodel for dwarves because it's cool. And I liked the frost and fire potions are kind of cool if you're in places where frost and fire is a thing.
Nice. Okay, now I can actually start going through the process of clearing out my inventory. I'm in front of the vault. So yes, you too can see the excitement of me going through my inventory. Ha ha ha. It's about time that I made you all sit through my inventory shenanigans.
You did it every week with Big Ed Mustafa.
Yep. And on top of that, you're actually getting to see some stuff, because I got a lot of stuff as an employee here. Shield of the Hammerhand is cool. Now, I did notice I actually am getting Darud's Stone. I've got it on for now, but I'll probably take it off at some point here.
Yeah, they do work. I have the Outriders token as well from the Rohan stuff, and it does work.
Slayer Deed accelerators and monster and quest XP plus 20% for 3 hours. Warsteed Cosmetics, that's cool. Man, I got the right before the end of Harvest Math, I got the steed that I wanted. That new one, and I love it.
Yeah,
the lantern
I got that on
thing
my
is
main.
super cool.
I really like it.
Yep. Which, I'm not sure, like, I like the armor of the Erlingus here. I think it's a pretty good one. I would assume this came from Rohan. But it was before my time, so I don't actually know. All right, so for the benefit of both myself and the audience here, what do I do with these cosmetic items? I just drop them into my wardrobe, is that correct? And then I can delete the icon itself.
Yeah, you can drop them in your wardrobe and forget about them, yeah.
Yeah. Because once they're in your wardrobe, you can just keep pulling them out.
Until you go in and if you can remove stuff from your wardrobe if you are about to run out of space, and then it will delete it and any other thing. Fun fact: if you want to dye anything that is dyeable, I believe the 3 Rohan appearances are not dyeable, but anything you can't have, it's better to put it in the inventory or in the wardrobe first and then dye it. That way you get the default dye, and then you get whatever additional dyes you add onto it later.
Interesting.
I learned it the hard way.
Cloak of Easeful Thought. I do like the kind of Art Nouveau on it. Can I comment on the current damage over time effects of bleed and poison, etc. as intended? In what context? Any chance I will do a T2, T3 instance on stream? I theoretically could. I don't know that I'm really the right person to be doing that. I think someone maybe a little more versed in that content would be better. You probably would want to see a you know, cool kinship or something do it instead of me. But if it's really important to have me be the person to do it, then yeah, I theoretically could.
I would only recommend it for the lulls because it's going to be hilarious.
Oh yeah, I'm going to show you just how leet I am. You'll be amazed at how amazingly good I am at everything I do. Following orders, finding my way around the map. General competence.
Yeah, you thought us running through the Thrang instance with Quarry was bad enough.
So last night I did check out some skirmishes and all that, and that was kind of nice on the non-legendary servers as well. And that was pretty cool. I hadn't actually done a lot of skirmish play, so that was kind of neat.
Skirmishes are a heck of fun.
By the way, for those who actually, maybe my picture's again in the way here. Let me move myself over to there for now. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, for those who haven't seen it, the Not Forgotten Handkerchief. It's kind of a neat item. It's you have managed to remember your pocket handkerchief as you headed out the door toward adventure. The thought lightens your steps and brings you hope for the future. And this is a item for the legendary worlds, which is kind of neat, I think.
I think one of the DDO streamers is raising money for Extra Life because I keep getting notifications.
Yeah, they might well be, actually. Please do consider PvMP when we get to that for future content. Yeah, I think it's something that we will consider for the legendary world. We'll see. We'll see where we end up on it.
I think you and I should go on the moors at some point and let the community just completely run us over. It'd be fun.
I've done that. I've totally done that.
Not recently.
Okay, it's already in the wardrobe. Some housing items. Drop those into shared storage. The Deep Miner's Helm. Just kind of a funny looking thing. Have to admit it's not my favorite, but that's okay. I have 11 Z's. What do you do with your fireworks?
Stick them in the vault.
Yep.
Except I try to keep my dragon and pinwheel ones on me just in case I happen to run across something in game or like go to a concert or something and want to drop a really cool dragon on people.
Got the horse whistle. That's pretty funny. Oh, I'm not level 6 yet. Can't do that. Outfitting yourself and others, is that something you need?
Not need to know. It's basically the breadcrumb to crafting.
Okay. So, what would people like to talk about? What can I mention? Oh, you probably are curious what the next thing we do might be. Let me tell you. For the next Legendary server, we are looking at approximately every 4 months. And our next push will be to Moria with a level cap of 60. So there's a little bit of news for you.
I forgot how much cleanup I have to do every time I create a new character.
I know, right? Like I say, I'm more than somewhat spoiled. I am very spoiled because I have the employee sort of credit, right? So you get a lot of this kind of stuff. Can I say it was actually, I think, a happy coincidence that shared wardrobe space happens to be on sale right now? Wait a second, what was that? Shared wardrobe space happens to be on sale right now?
I don't know, Jared. I don't think they heard you the first 2 times. Can you say that again?
Shared wardrobe space is on sale right now.
Yeah, I miss the days where I would cause a certain quartermaster to have heart palpitations with how I broke shared storage. I was happy doing so. I did figure out that, at least on the regular servers, when you transfer your shared storage from server to server, you can manage to put over 1,000 items in shared storage if you do it right.
Nice.
And it won't break anything, but your shared storage is going to take forever to load.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is calling a database here, right? So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so if people ever wonder why don't they just throw more shared storage, it shouldn't be a big deal. It's a server performance big deal. Yeah. It took forever for the character to log out too.
I really like the Armor of the Eastemnet very much as well. Maybe I should create a second outfit slot.
That one is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorites. It's actually, it's nearing my default, to be honest. At this point, I probably default to this armor set more than any others.
It's classy.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure that it looks great in my Bjorning, though. I think the pauldrons on the shoulder isn't quite working. I think I like the other outfit better.
Sam, the salespeople literally sit like a desk away so that they can hear him. Well, okay, he's in the stream room, but you know.
Well, yeah, they don't hear me now. All right, let me quick go to... what is the status of the 64-bit client? It is still being worked on. I do love the Mordor Ultimate Fan Bundle stuff, of course, very much as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably my other main default. I think that's actually what's on Dwinstrel.
I think it is, yes.
And we even get the collector's edition armor. Holy moly. So much stuff.
Stop.
You do also have this weightless earring of the High Elves as well. That'll get you 25% mounted combat, legendary item, and monster kill XP if that's something that is a concern for you. But again, you know, none of this stuff is required. You don't have to. This is all optional. So if you're like, I don't want to do 40% less XP, between some of these other items, you'll be fine. I think. I mean, that's my impression anyway.
Yeah, they're working. I've got them equipped on my character, and they are boosting my XP.
Yeah. I look 30 years younger without the beard. That's amazing.
So you look 12?
Cord going through his inventory is just as exciting as watching paint dry on the wall or the grass growing in the front lawn. True. That's true. But I figure this is an activity I can do while I'm answering your questions and all that sort of thing. We also have got a lot of LOTRO streaming going on this afternoon.
Well, it'll just be me, because Professor Quarry is traveling to Magnolia Moot to go meet with some of his peoples, and hopefully if some LOTRO players will be there this weekend. And so you're kind of just stuck with me. Sorry. I know Tesla the Panda is out because she's in Vegas, but then we'll have to get Mustafa at 10 o'clock to put us all to sleep.
Hamonti, I apologize that I am not seeing your initial question. I will keep an eye on chat, and if you put it into chat this time, I will read it. I apologize.
Yeah, please don't shout in all caps in chat.
Any plans to address the fact that some gear doesn't drop in instances like the shoes, leggings? Also, when will we get craftable essences? Also, when will the raid be on? Also, are there plans to adjust T3 so they will be less annoying? Okay, so if there is specific gear that should be dropping that is not, then that would be a question for our QA team to delve into. Hopefully, they have a bug report on it. I would assume they do. I personally am not aware of items that are supposed to be dropping that are literally just not dropping. When will we get craftable essences? Nothing to announce on that front. When will the raid be on? We are working to get it onto Bullroar here in the relatively near future, but it's going to be a little bit yet. We did just launch a legendary server yesterday. Are there plans to adjust Tier 3 so it'll be less annoying? Yes and no. We're always open to kind of making Tier 3 what you would like it to be, but at the same time it is meant to be difficult, and it is not for everybody. So to some extent it is supposed to be difficult, and I would think that we would want to be pretty careful before we just started changing how difficult that stuff was. But if it's universally hated or something, then yeah, we can take a look at that and perhaps make an adjustment there if we need to. There we go. My inventory is more or less sorted, which is good enough for now.
Yeah, I'll probably wind up doing that on my alt later today.
Yeah. You're right. Bingo will be on the legendary server when its time is right. What about Burglar DPS? I would imagine that is something we would be open to looking into. Let's see, where am I at? Where are you at? What are you doing?
I'm over in Kellendam, doing the thing. So, you want me to join you wherever the heck you are?
I'm in Bree, but let me head back to Combe. I might as well keep working on the... Actually, I don't know. Should I be doing the epic story? Should I be doing the prologue, burying people in Archit and stuff like that?
Sure, do the prologue.
Yeah.
Don't offend Maid of Lions, for pity's sake.
Yeah. Fine.
You know, he can hit you with a Nerf dart from 20 paces.
This is true.
Chat might think that the lore guys are not the most dangerous people on the planet, but no, the pen is mightier than the sword, I'm just saying.
Alright, let's see. Let me see. Epic Cougar. Please check Heligrad sets 50 level it needs to fix, e.g. for captain and champion agility and no vitality, will and might. Alright, we could take a look at that. Burglar DPS sounds okay. We could look into that. Alvanos, a more systemic and long-term reevaluation of crafting is not on our immediate agenda. I apologize.
Greetings.
Oh, it's Constable Wren. The last time I saw her, I was watching Quarry streaming with his kids, and his sons were hitting on her.
Oh no, it's kind of bad.
It was hilarious. 10-year-old.
Yeah.
I found you. Oh dang! I don't have a snowball or a fish slap.
I'm actually going to make room for the prologue again. Put that back on the tracker so I can get that done. What steed am I actually using right now? It's kind of cool.
It looks like one of the Rohan steeds.
Mm-hmm. I don't have anything to mention about a legendary weapon catch-up mechanism. It's that the instances are not dropping complete armor sets. Crafting version is purple. Ember versions, which is again breaking the promise of get gear from content. Okay. I mean, that is the intention, that you will get that gear from content. Is there any plans in the future for a classic server, no trait tree store, etc.? Not at this time, no. What will happen to the legendary servers when they reach the regular server level? Now that, I mean, that's frankly a problem that we're not going to have to worry about for quite some time.
Years.
Yeah, but we have given a little bit of internal thought as to what we would do. But that would be a lovely problem to have. If in a couple of years these things are still rocking like that, then we'll let you know.
Oh, hey, you're running through the stuff that Scenario updated for Archit.
Oh, am I? Nice.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And now you know why this. Now you know why this was done, right? The secret's out.
Yeah, when he was testing out in Bullroar, I managed to get a level 1, escaped through the invisible fences, collision plates, and took it all the way to the troll shaws. It was amazing.
Cool.
And then I methodically went through and found all the holes and the gaps in the fences and sent in a report saying, fix these, please. And he did. Thank you, scenario.
What about festivals on Honor and Ithil? Are they happening? Yes. When they can, they will be happening. If there are situations where the content wouldn't make sense for the legendary server, we may need to adjust as necessary, but in general, they're put together in such a way that we should be able to just, for the most part, just have them without any issue. Will we be getting the Fall Festival Encore on Honor because kitties? Yes. I don't think I've ever actually asked that question now that I think about it. But I am nearly 100% positive the answer is yes, because I don't think there's anything in there that would prevent you from being able to get there and run the content. So, yeah.
You should read your own FAQ, Jerry. Yes.
Oh, is it just in there?
Yeah, that was one of the points, is that festivals would be the same, except any content that would be above the anniversary stuff that's above.
Yeah, well, that's what I just said.
Level of content. Yeah.
That's what I just said, isn't it?
No, quite. You said you weren't sure. Yeah, it's in the FAQ.
Okay.
Rymanor, that's not an exploit. I did confirm with Standing Stone Games that you are permitted to share and overstack your shared wardrobe and storage. They don't care. I asked. So it's not an exploit. They don't care. Now, if that policy has changed since I last asked about it, Cordovan, yell at me.
News to me. I'm sure it's fine. Whatever.
Monty, no, I'm not going to tell him to use 2 weapons or use a 2-hander. He can play however he wants to play.
I've been actually working toward getting a battle axe. I just don't have one yet. Is that right? No, I do have a battle axe, but it's a one-handed. Yeah.
This is the one you got for the starting instance.
Oh, there we go. I've got a 2-handed axe.
Look at that DPS.
I'm sure it's going to jump up by the thousands. All the deeps my little archet prone legs will carry me. All right. Yeah, my hair's just pulled back. Had to get up early this morning. Sure, thanks, Romanor. It's true, I have not played a Bjorning before. This is me playing a Bjorning for the first time. Which is why I chose it. Which is also why I chose Warden over on Honor. Figured it would be good to get a little more experience with a few different classes. So... With layering, is it an engine or hardware issue that the server can't handle the load? So it's really more of a preventative thing to best make sure that the server can handle the load. So basically you put it in a place where after a certain number of people are in an instance, it creates a new dynamic layer for it. Trotter, I apologize. There is no way to stop Honor and Ithil from appearing in your game world. Fortunately, my admin client is not in the greatest shape.
I didn't break it.
I'm almost done here anyway, so. Huh. That's interesting, Sinaja. I wonder about how popular indeed the Bjornings actually are. I have had a couple of people use the phrase OP bears to me on them, but I don't think that that's actually 100% accurate. Or is it?
Well, if they were OP, why would you guys be looking to do rework on them?
You would think so, correct.
Just, you know, just a straight up full nerf.
So, to answer, let me see. Excuses lol. Is it possible to get old scaled loot dropping again on the legendary server like Bangrist? No. I mean, is it theoretically possible? Sure, but that's not what we're doing. In terms of itemization, things like that, it's going to mirror the live worlds. Did you miss the kilt and dance? Nope. But yes, I have committed to wearing a kilt at PAX East. I have also committed to playing my flute on stream here. So...
yeah, we haven't scheduled that yet, but, you know, we're going to have some time to practice first, yeah?
I am taking donations for Extra Life through, let's say, November 15th, although it's somewhat flexible, and for Movember through December 1st. And again, that's somewhat flexible.
How can I be of service? What can I do for you?
All right. I think that's actually going to probably wrap up the show here. Any kind of final thoughts anyone want to mention? Do you want to mention your plans this afternoon here, Druid's Fire?
Fumbling my way through stuff. I'm going to be switching over to Honor to get my tune ready for joining the Mythgard kinship. So that should be all kinds of fun. And yeah, that's about all I got. And then during my own stream time, I will probably actually switch back over to the regular server. We shouldn't say live because they're all live. But switch over to a non-legendary server just to, you know, take hold of some of that fat VIP XP while it's still there.
Nice. Let's see. That's an interesting idea, Leah, over on Facebook, about adding lost lore to this content. I am sure there are some folks on the team who would love to do something like that. I haven't heard of that being done, but that's a really cool idea.
Well, if Okendor is correct and I will not be able to get into Honor, then I will probably stay over here in Ithil.
You've been stuck in the queue most of the last hour. So when I was looking at the population charts and all that before I got on the stream here today, we were sneaking up toward that cap to the point that it would kick in a queue, kind of bumping into it periodically. So perhaps now that we've got starting to get the kind of lunch hour period for East Coast through Central, maybe that is part of, we're seeing a little bit more queuing and things like that. Ithil is available. We are going to be working and may have some word today on it. It might be Monday before we enable character transfers between Honor and Ithil, but stay tuned on that. We're actually, like I said, those conversations were happening when I headed into the room here today. So we'll have more info on that in the near future. Thank you again for enjoying the Legendary server and all the other game worlds as well. If you are playing in LOTRO, we have not forgotten you as well. We have got our raid incoming and a whole bunch of other content coming in the near future as well. Thank you so much for watching. You can find the full schedule over on Twitch. You can watch every Friday at noon on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks, Druids Fire. Thanks, audience. Have a great day.